Very quickly before we get going, some other issues related to marijuana and the law. And I wanted to get into drug testing because we've got a scenario where both in medical marijuana states and in recreational marijuana states, people can be drug tested, parolees can be sent back to prison if they test positive, and people can be denied jobs if they test positive, even if it's legal or a prescribed medicine. Something feels unjust in that. And I'm curious for both of your thoughts. Ellen, I've got to keep these quick.
What employer wants an employee who comes to work stoned on marijuana?
But just because you test positive doesn't indicate that you're stoned on marijuana. You might have just used it at some point in the last month.
When someone is going to have a psychological assessment, they're supposed to wait 30 days until someone's ingested marijuana because they're not psychologically clear for 30 days. So even though Jill misspoke and said that marijuana you're not impaired for 30 days, you are not your normal self for 30 days after smoking.
Jill?
That's just not true. And people's experience will tell them that it's not true. So they can believe their own experience, or they can believe what they're hearing from our other guest. With respect to drug testing, you are right. It is not fair that if somebody smokes a joint on a Friday, once they're off of work, they're home in their house, to come into work on Monday and be punished for what they did when they are not impaired on the job. If someone's impaired at work, nobody should be high at work. We agree on that. But this kind of drug testing is insidious and it's not fair. With respect to parole, people say, oh, nobody's in prison for marijuana use. But you know what happens? People who are out on parole and get drug tested go back into prison doing their original sentences, and they do that for a long time. And I just want to, I'm sorry to do this, but I have to hit the race thing. This is impacting Black people, Latinos, people of color, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times more than white people, and it's just wrong.
Oh, we got 30 seconds. The disparate arrest numbers for people of color and also the disparate impact of people lower on the economic strata, is that fair?
People of color are disproportionately arrested for all crimes, not just marijuana and drug-related offenses.
All right.
No, I don't have enough time to get going on my part.
We've talked about that before.
Also, if we want to do something, let's reform the criminal justice system. Let's decriminalize. Let's change the penalties, but let's not legalize.
Going to take a quick break, and we'll wrap up RFL right after a break.